podcast by two guys who are 2 beers in.
Two guys are 2 beers in.
Hanging out in Ben's office.
Even less about game design than usual.
Less than game design than usual. I'm Trevor Scott, and with me in his office is Ben.
Yes. Hello, I'm Ben Slinger. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, why not? Well, it's loosey-goosey this week.
This is a loosey-goosey one. Trevor and I haven't seen each other in a couple of weeks. We're hanging out. We're drinking. And it's Global Game Jam Week.
Global Game Jam Week, which means that we're going to go with last year's theme because the new theme hasn't been released yet.
No, and we wouldn't want to spoil things anyway.
No, not until next week's episode, which we've now decided that we're not going to do two tonight, which we were originally going to do.
No, we'll save that one.
So next week we'll see what other game ideas that we can come up with because,
I mean, by then maybe we'll do the new theme. We'll know it by then.
Yeah. So last year's theme was duality.
Duality. Now, our game that we did last year was a fun little Papers, Please inspired in a lot of ways.
Yep.
But in a very different vein.
In a very dystopian sort of, like it went a little darker than what we were originally thinking.
Yeah, it took it in a lot of different directions, but it ended up being you were working in this toy factory, kind of locked underground somewhere, working in a booth.
With, like, I remember I did a video with, like, VHS effects.
Yes,
for the
we
toy.
had some fun little things there.
I was like, I did pretty much nothing on the game. I did all sound. I did like
that was great though because it added some nice polish to it and taking what I'd learned from editing this podcast for quite a while and doing a whole heap of stuff in Reaper, and I really actually enjoyed it. But this year I'm actually doing like if we go with the idea that we've already got. Yes, if we can jam the theme
if we can somehow shoehorn the theme
we
in.
haven't been thinking about it yet.
Yeah, yes. We're not thinking of me doing a lot of like character stuff and different things like that, which is fun. Like I'm happy to take on a bit more this time, but it means that I'll have to outsource the music, outsource the sound effects, and because we're in person again this year. Like we're actually going back in.
Just buy a humble bundle with a bunch of.
Oh, you bought that sound one, yep.
I bought the Unreal Engine one that had some, sound, some music and some sound effects, I think.
Nice. So anyway, last year's theme was duality. We are going to continue through. We do need our random word generator, or I could just go, no, I started making PC the other day because it died. So
we do have it?
We don't have it.
We don't have it.
Random phrase, adjective and noun.
Yes, so we're going to play Click Pitch as usual. We're each going to take a phrase from generator, and then we're going to add duality. And we're going to remember to do it every single game.
Yes, every single game.
Unlike the thing we decided on last week.
Yeah. In what, I can't remember. Was that my edit or your edit? I can't remember which.
It was my edit. I did leave it in.
You did leave it in. Yeah. I didn't listen, so you can tell.
That's okay. I don't listen to your edits.
Okay.
Nobody listens to this podcast, even us. It's fine. This is what it's for.
It's us literally masturbating each other while we're here.
Yeah. Figuratively.
Verbally.
For the most part.
Verbally.
And, if our kids ever get old enough to listen to this, I'm sorry, but also.
I'm also sorry 300 episodes ago. Like,
well, yeah.
You made it this far. Please don't listen to two sweary dads.
I appreciate you. If you literally listen to all of our episodes, children, that's amazing. Like, I really appreciate that effort.
Yes. So anyway, back to the orgy from
back to the
liberal orgy.
Liberal Party run.
Okay, my words are fiendish palace.
Measly goon.
Ooh, so that is duality. I mean, you've got like the fiendish palace and then you've got like the
goons.
The goon, basically like the jester sort of thing. Or
right, I was thinking more of like
guards.
A henchman. Yeah, like a henchman sort of thing.
So the duality of having, the prince be both like having to do his royal duties and then kind of also hanging out with his best mates who are the goons and being like head of the goons. Like,
oh, is this maybe a like Prince and the Pauper situation? Where,
yeah, except
you switch spots with a goon.
Well, no, I think he just as part of his,
he just like disguises himself as a goon to do goon work.
Yeah, because he likes getting his hands rough and
yeah.
Okay. What's fiendish about the palace?
They're evil.
So it's an evil prince.
He's not evil.
Oh.
He's ambivalent to the whole thing. Like, he's just...
Right.
Like,
So he's kind of the rebellious kid who doesn't believe in the evil ways of his family.
yeah. But
perhaps through his work.
he's goonish.
He's gooning.
He's gooning. They actually call themselves the Goonies. And they find themselves a treasure map. And they go down into the dungeon,
this is the actual
have an adventure.
Game. As so many of our games are, this is actually a sneaky adaptation or sequel or something.
They just call themselves the Goonies, and they find a treasure map, and
there's a pirate ship.
It's a one-eyed pirate, and there's a pirate ship, but it's in the dungeon,
right?
And it's so he uses his. They wonder how they're going to get into the dungeon because only royal families are allowed down into the dungeon. But all of a sudden he's like, oh, door's unlocked.
Oh, they must have left it unlocked. Right. So the goons don't know, of course, that he's a prince. Right. Okay. Well, that's an interesting little time. Maybe, in the dungeon you've got your prince powers or something, whatever.
Yeah.
But you have to make sure no one's watching.
Yes.
When you use them, because otherwise they'll turn on you, and they hate the royal family. They've treated them like shit for centuries.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing about the Goonies is that, they're rebellious and, they're good enough, for, I don't know.
It's been a long time since I've watched the Goonies, man. I can't join you on this bit. I haven't seen it in too long.
That was the Cyndi Lauper song.
Oh, okay. Also, they're all invincible because Goonies never die.
Yeah, they really don't.
Kind of messes up our gameplay a bit, though.
Well, does it? Because they get knocked out.
Oh, okay.
And that's literally our whole tagline as to why they can keep on going through the dungeon multiple times.
Right.
Anytime they get knocked out, the monsters just take them back up to the start.
Who are the brothers? Who are the fucking mob brothers or whatever? Or the
Fratellis?
The Fratellis. Yeah, they come and take them away. Tie them up for a little while.
In fact, that's what all the monsters are called. They're just called the Fratellis.
Just the Fratellis.
If you check the code, it's like Fratelli 1, Fratelli 2, Fratelli 3, Fratelli 4.
Literally, it's like I'm picturing a dungeon, Double Dragon-esque beat 'em up. It comes up in the top as you hit them with the health bar.
Ooh, I do like that.
It'd be a good style for the game.
So, but it's one of those 2D dungeon crawler sort of things where you can go, you can go through doors at the back and all this sort of stuff. You're going through
Final Fight or whatever had a bit of that, didn't it? Or was it the other one?
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking it's almost like a Binding of Isaac sort of thing, but where you're going through a maze as such, but you're going through doors and
I was just picturing more of
on the somewhat 3D plane,
the beat 'em like get some grapples in there, throw them into each other.
Yeah, some combos would be awesome. Yeah. Okay, what combo can the prince do? Because I think you've got to be careful with your prince combo.
He's got the Purple Rain.
Oh yeah, Purple Rain. That'd be cool.
He's got the
but he can't do that all the time because
the cream combo. Right, there's
Raspberry Beret. Yep, he's got a Raspberry Beret.
Yeah, he just pulls that. You pull off the combo. It's like a 17 move combo. But all that happens is he puts the hat on.
Yeah.
There's no other change to the gameplay.
What else happens? Oh, his ultra combo is where he throws a party. And it's like it's 1999, but it's not.
Yeah, you party because this is set in, 1652 or whatever.
Yeah. So tonight you're going to party like it's 1651.
No, you're going to party like it's 1999. They're just looking very far ahead. Prince was looking, a decade or two ahead.
This Prince is looking like
century.
348 years.
Don't make me do math at this time of night after.
I got it wrong. That's 2000. Damn it.
Gonna party like it's 2000.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work. You just elongated those syllables.
Ring rolls off the tongue like
Perrycock style.
Scrubs?
Really?
Right, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We're watching Scrubs at the moment, my wife and I.
Oh my God. I don't know enough about the Goonies, Prince, or Scrubs. So I think 3, 2, 1.
The duality, because I remembered it this time. Duality.
Hillier Reef.
Ingrained mourning. Mourning as in someone died and they're mourning.
Okay.
And they're feeling two ways about it.
It's the next in the Finding Nemo.
Dad has just died.
Yes. Marlin croaked.
Ooh. And now Nemo's a dad.
Yes. This is the duality. Son, father, son.
And his son goes and touches the butt.
Except it's an actual butt. It's a human.
It's just a scuba diver's butt.
Scuba diver's butt. At the funeral.
Don't touch the boat.
This is a boat, but it's actually a butt.
Come on.
So do you play Nemo or do you play Son? Or both? Is that the duality?
That is the duality. So
we've had Finding Nemo, we've had Finding Dory. This is Finding
Marlin's ashes.
Well, I was going to try to come up with a name for the son, but
it is literally
Finding Marlin.
It's Finding Marlin, but he died.
It's like finding his memory. It's like metaphorical.
So they cruise on down to the EAC. They see the turtle dude.
Yep.
Can't remember the name, but the kids are all grown up now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually insane that Finding Dory went all the way to fucking San Francisco, across the entire Pacific, rather than going to SeaWorld in the Gold Coast.
I mean,
wouldn't that have been easier? Because it's a lot closer. Because it's on the edge of Australia. It's not much of a.
I mean, yeah, they wanted to get Sigourney Weaver, and she wouldn't have done the voice for.
Why not?
SeaWorld.
She could. She can do accents. I think Sigourney Weaver's amazing.
What sort of game is this? Is this like a melancholy, visual novel?
I don't know. I kind of think that it's got to be like a 2D platformer, like every other Disney tie-in from around that era. I'm
just picturing
Aladdin,
it's like
Lion King.
But because it's from a Pixar movie, it's still not a 3D game. It's like the pre-rendered sprites.
So it's 3D models that have been rendered into sprites.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, like Donkey Kong Country style,
But they missed a couple of them, so that some of the tweening
it's janky as fuck. Yeah, it's janky as well, and they've just rotated them, but the pixels all go shit. They didn't rotate,
and when they rotate back, they stay shit.
Yeah, they didn't rotate the model and take a new sprite. They just no, we only need one. It's a fish, whatever, it can go different direction, and they've just rotated the single sprite in every direction.
Unfortunately, they did only render it in 320 by 200.
Yeah, but then the game is in full HD.
Yeah.
So it's a very small fish.
It's tiny. I mean, especially when you play it in 4K and it just, instead of...
it doesn't actually scale the pixels up.
It doesn't scale the pixels.
It just gives you more space.
It just gives you more of the world. You see this
You do technically still have all of those pixels there for that fish was rendered in. They're just very small.
Yeah. Don't play it in 8K. Really don't.
Unless you got a really big TV.
Yeah.
And you sort of have to follow it around the screen to see what you're doing in any room.
Get really close up because, I mean, it's not like a retina screen, but, it's...
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Oh, shit. This is what happens when we get together.
Yeah.
As long as we're having a laugh and I just drop my fucking phone.
Okay, we're not doing this one. Inescapable pap.
Shabbier gumming.
No.
I'm leaving that in, but click again.
Peeved abacus.
Flashy interloper.
Ooh. Okay. The flashy interloper is someone who's come in with his abacus, the new technology.
Oh yeah, he's so flashy.
Yeah.
He's got this long flowing coat and this amazing coloured abacus.
Yeah.
It's Joseph and his amazing Technicolor abacus.
And all the other mathematicians who are sitting there with quill and I don't know the time frame on this shit. Quill and ink and parchment.
Yeah, and they're trying to do, long edition. As it's called at the time.
Yeah, long edition. And fucking Joseph is sitting there, clack, clack, clack.
Done.
And they're all just getting so pissed off with his clacking and the sound he's making and how fast
but you didn't even
flashy.
You didn't even do 7 things. It's I know because I used this as a 5 and this is the singles. It's I added blasphemy very quickly.
Blasphemy. Where does the duality come into this then? Is it just the two ways of
two ways of doing mathematics.
mathematics.
You can do that via longhand, or you can do it via the flashy abacus.
Yeah.
Now it's a VR game.
Oh, okay.
Where you can write the mathematical problems out, or you can just abacus them.
Well, I think where the game has to come from. I don't think it's literally in performing those mathematics, because that's not that interesting. I think it's the drama.
I don't know.
It's the drama. I mean, I think
if you've got like, you can make anything interesting in VR. Like the most mundane tasks can be super interesting, like scrubbing, a toilet, or wiping dirt away and power washing and doing long form mathematics.
I feel like you'd need the finger tracking on the abacus to really like get the subtlety of how many you're moving, as opposed to sort of just the full hand tracking. You need like an index or a
I don't know. I mean,
Quest I think the PSVR 2.
I think if you had good enough HD rumble, you could feel it.
You could feel
those
1, 2,
ice
3.
blocks.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You can feel those ice blocks. I mean the abacus.
Well, then we'll do it on the Labo then. Let's find the Labo VR.
Labo VR, that'll be good.
It'll work.
Yeah, because that HD rumble, that's the way of the future.
4K rumble.
Is that what they call it now?
It's the next level.
Okay, 8K rumble.
8K rumble.
Ooh.
Yeah. When are we going to see 16K TVs? When are we going to see 16K TVs? It's going to happen.
When are we going to see 16K VR? Like, it's just reality. Like, it's not virtual anymore. It's just reality.
It's just R.
Yeah. You put in your R headset.
R headset. It's the RRR headset, and you fight a tiger and a wolf. No spoilers. I've only watched the first third of it. Okay. Drama.
Which movie is that? Sorry.
RRR.
I haven't actually seen it, so.
It's a Tollywood movie, very, like, crossover hit this year.
Oh.
Check it out. It's quite
Might
good.
have to check it out.
At least the first third of it.
He's very flashy.
Yeah.
I'm thinking a la Flash Gordon. Like, he's been asked to save the world with his abacus skills.
Saving the world through abacus.
Saving the world through math. And then he goes into this big rap thing in the middle, and he's just sort of...
Yeah. He's using the
laying down rhymes
to, like,
and, yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to do it here because that would be spoiling it, but it's great.
It's great. Yeah, it's already written and all that sort of stuff.
No, we know it's we're synced up here, we know.
Yeah, we've got Eminem coming in. He's going to do all the raps for us.
Yeah, totally.
Because he's a big fan of this podcast.
Yeah, he rhymes mathematics with, see, I'm not... Schematics. Look, that's an Eminem rhyme I've ever heard. Jesus Christ. I think let's just...
Oh, fuck.
Ooh, this is cute. Homesick Finch.
Soapiest hardliner.
What's a hardliner? Like a type of...
It's different than a highlighter. It's a hardliner.
Hardliner.
Yeah.
A member of a group who adheres uncompromisingly to a set of ideas or policies, typically a political group. Okay. And what was your other one?
Soapiest.
The soapiest hardliner. Okay. And a homesick finch. I mean, it doesn't have to be a bird.
I mean, it's the duality of the, a bird and this uncompromising political arsehole.
Or is the bird? Is it the duality, the fact that they are a bird, but also
soapy,
the member of a political party with a bunch of humans, and they've got some really strong ideas about soap.
Yes,
and how much soap should be used? There's a soap shortage.
Yes,
and we need to lay down some restrictions.
But this bird has killed a lot of people and has used all their fat to create more soap. So
yeah, it's trying to like bring down capitalism.
I mean, you do realize that this bird is a soap magnet, magnate,
it's,
as in
okay. It's not magnetic.
Not a magnet. Not a magnet. I realize that magnate and magnet sound very similar, and I was trying to say magnate. So he's a soap magnate,
right?
So
well, that's part of the duality too. Then he's got ulterior motives for this,
for why he's all about soap.
Yeah,
and why he's killed all those people.
The soap restrictions.
No.
to be brought in because he wants to be able to sell his soap.
Because he's just come across a whole heap of fat.
Prices up.
He's just come across a great big fat vein.
Big fatty vein.
Big fatty vein. Like a vein of fat.
Yeah. Someone who just had a lot of cholesterol.
I mean, literally, he just murdered like a fuckload of people and has now got all this soap to make.
So do you play this bird murdering people? Is that basically where this comes down to?
No, it's a political thriller. Like, it's after he's already done all that. He's
in a flashback, surely.
Yeah, he's now got a warehouse full of fat. Like, it's just bodies in barrels.
Down bodies.
Bodies in barrels. It's like Snowtown or whatever that place was in South Australia.
What?
The bodies in the barrels thing. Jesus Christ, dude. Like,
no, it's all right. I believe you. I believe you. Who had bodies in barrels? Some serial killer? What was going on? Or some corporation?
Bodies in the barrels. Snowtown murders were a series of murders committed by John Justin Bunting, Robert Joe Wagner, and James Spiridon between 1992 and 1999 in and around Adelaide, South Australia. And they disposed all the bodies in a barrel and left it in a warehouse.
Just one barrel. Just one big barrel.
Barrels. Whole heap of barrels. Well, anyway, this bird has a fuckload of barrels. Like, and this is just one of the warehouses. Like, how many warehouses has this bird got?
How lethal is this bird?
It's
how does it kill?
That's the thing.
Gun.
Like,
it's just raining bullets from above as it flies by. It's doing his flybys.
I'm now picturing that in like a flashback. It's got that whole you start hearing some music by Slayer and it's raining blood and it's like
Finch with a Uzi.
It's just this. The bird looks so unassuming. Has been taken in by all its friends. They don't realize just
joined this political organization, like respected in the community.
Yep,
but when it flies south for the winter
at night,
see
what
opportunity?
What we do in the shadows is not always. He's a vampire.
Finch.
It's just Laszlo.
It's just Laszlo the whole time. He's just got a new form.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. This is...
I fucking love this episode. This is so good so far. How are we going? 25 minutes. Okay.
Undernourished hitchhiker.
Prepaid gargle.
All right. This is... Okay, but... Hear me out.
I will.
Gargle is a search engine. He's got a Gargle phone. It's prepaid.
See, I was thinking
7.
I was thinking in this case the hitchhiker is actually prepaid for his lift, and this guy was just really into hygiene and made sure that his breath was minty fresh, and then we go from there.
Provided him some Listerine.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually a Listerine branded game, sponsored by Listerine.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, after sucking a lot of cock, you really have bad breath.
I would want to get my cock sucked by someone who didn't have minty fresh breath.
It's the rules of the road.
God. You went there a lot earlier than what I thought you were going to.
I don't have self-control this time of night. This much beer in me. No, okay, so forget the fellatio aspect of it.
No, but the Listerine, that's...
We'll keep the Listerine, that's fine.
Yeah,
so, I mean, what would Listerine want in a hitchhiker-related sponsored game?
Not an awards show, because we know that doesn't go well.
No, we did that. What was your other word?
Prepaid.
Prepaid, right, prepaid.
So I like the idea that there's kind of like Uber, but it's kind of like
Uber for hitchhikers.
It's Uber for hitchhikers. You prepay a small fee and then
isn't Uber already kind of Uber for hitchhikers in a way? Like you're just having someone come to you with their car. It only works as if you're on their route already. They're going somewhere.
So what I think what it is you load up your hitchhiker's wallet.
Mm-hmm. Your hitchhiker's guide. Yep.
Yeah, your hitchhiker's guide. And then when you hitchhike, you just mark down the car and it automatically pays out of your wallet.
Oh, that picked you up. Yeah. Okay.
Why isn't this actually an actual thing where you can just stick your thumb out and you can just mark down the thing and it automatically gets paid? I
mean, because I was almost thinking though, if it was more like an Uber for hitchhikers, like an actual app that You go out on the road. Everyone has their fucking routes programmed in their GPS, right? You say, I'm trying to get from here to here. And it finds someone on the road who's going to go past you soon and shows you how far along their route you want to go to go to your next spot. And it pings them and says, hey, this person pick you up, and you prepay them with escrow. Like they have to,
they have to actually do the work.
It gets released after, at the end.
It gets released when you gargle the Listerine, and that's the sign of
that's because it's like sort of the official sign that you're on the app.
Yes,
is you have the Listerine sitting on you.
And you blow your minty fresh breath into your own phone, showing that you got lift.
Right. Yeah. Of course. Because if Listerine is sponsoring us, that makes sense.
Yes, 100%.
Okay. So I like that. I like that app as kind of the background then
of what's happening in the game. Yeah.
And then
what's it better to play as? One of the hitchhikers or one of the drivers?
Maybe you start as a driver, but then things go bad.
Yes.
You have a bad, you lose your car, shit happens, and then you're like, oh shit, now I'm on the other side of this.
I do like the idea of this guy being a complete asshole to these hitchhikers and then getting his comeuppance.
Yeah, he's kind of using the app to like pressure them into other things.
Into blowing him, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of implied.
Yeah. Implied when he goes, blow me.
Well, and just even in the app, right? Like.
Rules of the road.
The app itself actually has
George Carlin's head.
It has a rules of the road section on the app. It's not explicit about it, but it's got George Carlin making the face and just going below screen.
The fucking eyes, man.
For those who haven't seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back,
go watch it.
Yeah,
you'll have a good time.
You'll also get what we're talking about.
Or listen to the Bitstorm episode 1.5 where we have
Throat Highway.
It's a whole game based on this idea.
This is basically the sequel. But Listerine presents Throat Highway 2.
Now even throatier.
Blow harder.
Throat harder?
Throat harder. Throat deeper.
There's something about the word throat. It just doesn't sound good, does it?
Throat. It doesn't sound pleasant, particularly.
Does not sound pleasant at all. I'm going to put this beer down my throat.
Throat harder. 3, 2, 1, throat.
3, 2, 1, throat. This may be our last one. Thank God I'm getting some weird fucking words tonight.
I think we'd be. Itchiest radiator.
Engrossed. Clouding.
Clouding?
Clouding. No, it's not. I'm only on average complexity. I haven't gone up, so.
Yeah, me too. Okay. Radiator and cloud, like steam clouds, itchy steam. What would make, what's going on here? We've got some itchy steam coming out of these radiators.
Are they full of bed bugs? And bed bugs have been aerosolized now.
Aerosolized bed bugs, yeah. They've mutated to be kind of like...
They're air bugs now.
Air bug. Like, they play basketball.
Yeah.
It's not in the rules to say they can't.
Not in the rules to say that you can't have air bug 2.
Bug harder.
Bug harder.
Why is everything yeah, well, I think these bugs have mutated essentially to be like little sugar gliders. Like they propel, like they lift on the steam, the hot air.
Yep. And you just got to be very, very careful when Valve gets involved. Like Valve's like...
Yeah, they'll try to sell them all hats.
Yeah.
I feel like that's an old Valve joke.
Yeah. It kind of
but they haven't
done hats since Team Fortress 2. So,
yeah, but...
Or Portal 2, probably.
Did they do hats in Portal 2?
I think they did a hat for Team Fortress 2 from Portal 2.
Oh, I'm sure they fucking did, yeah. Fine, they'll try to sell them all trading cards. I mean, they're still doing that.
They are. I know, I sell all mine, and I got Vampire Survivors for free the other day just by selling off a whole heap of cards.
There you go. I mean, it's a cheap game, but well done.
But really good on my new Steam Deck, which has arrived.
Steam Deck 2, Deck Harder.
I swear, if they release the Steam Deck 2 this year, I'm going to be a little bit pissed.
Yeah. I don't think they're quite there yet.
No, I think 2025 they'll release Steam Deck 2.
Deck Harder.
Okay. Engrossed and clouding. So it's a cloud of bugs.
It's a cloud of bugs. This is like there's a new
epidemic
of bed/air bugs.
Yeah.
And so are you an exterminator?
Ooh, yes.
You're having to like find new ways to...
You got to find who's got the radiator because...
Well, I think they're just... because I'm kind of picturing
What if it's Steam Anywhere? They can release these clouds because
that's it. I think
especially if it's set in New York,
on the Steam, right? They travel.
If it's set in New York, where you get like the steam coming up from
the subway,
from the either the subway or up from the sewers, like you got to be careful because there's air bugs along, in the steam, and they'll eat your skin. Like they're
yeah. Well, that's the other thing they've evolved. Bigger teeth.
I mean, you know how in that episode of Doctor Who, I can actually talk about this now, the Vashta Nevada.
Which one's that? Oh, the
library.
Oh, yeah.
The shadows that eat flesh.
Right,
yeah, so that's what these are like.
Right.
Where...
But they're clouds of bugs, mostly.
Exactly. You can actually see them because this is an earlier, iteration. They eventually will become invisible, except for the fact that they darken.
Right. You're saying these are literally what the things in Doctor Who are. Okay.
Yeah. So don't throw it a chicken drumstick through there because it'll be gone.
The bone will just come out the other side. Yeah. I mean, that could be a fun mechanic. Just throwing things through clouds of bugs that
you just go get a bucket of KFC and throw it through. I just love the idea of this steam vent and a KFC that's just opened up, and you can just go over and buy unlimited chicken from the Colonel and you just throw it.
I mean, I was almost thinking that this is almost a bit of a puzzle game, with some horrific consequences, but you've got, a level and there's, a radiator here, steam vent there. Mm-hmm. And you're just kind of seeing these clouds and you have to figure out how to get through the level. And some of it is if I throw a drumstick through, the cloud decreases a bit because
they're full.
They're full, right. Whatever. Or they go,
because they've got tiny stomachs.
Then they're too heavy to float on the steam.
Tiny stomachs, and all of a sudden they drop down to the ground. Yeah. And when they all drop down to the ground, they start to coalesce because, they're now big enough and you can see that, oh shit.
Yeah, and then you stomp
thousands of little cunts down there.
Yeah.
I dropped a C-bomb. I haven't done that for a while. 2 beers. We now know
it's my fault.
That's where it is. how much I need to drop a C-bomb.
Yep.
Okay.
I think that's the episode.
Where was the duality in that one?
See again. I think we haven't done it for the last 3 games.
I mentioned it.
Did you?
Yeah.
The duality in this one.
To get eaten or not
they're
eaten.
Both bed and air bugs. Those are ground and air.
And the kamikazes, eat till they explode.
Whatever. We don't have to justify ourselves to you.
No.
If you want to find the rest of our episodes online, go to podchaser.com/bitstorm. Leave us a review.
You want to.
That's all I've got to say about that. Just go.
And of course, if you like the song that we play at the start and end, it's a lot longer than the 30 seconds that we play. It's called Mount Defiance. It's over there. 32 seconds. Sorry. Got that wrong. It's longer than 32 seconds.
No, I mean, the whole thing's 32 seconds. It's longer than the 30 seconds.
No, it goes for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a long song.
It's pretty awesome. It's called Mount Defiance over the album Containment Failure by the band Kuradust. You can find it on kuradust.bandcamp.com.
That's right.
For free.
So thank you again for joining us this week on Bitstorm. I'm Ben Slinger.
I'm Trevor Scott.
And this is Bitstorm 2 Storm Harder.